Okay, we're making a new soap today and I am so excited about it because this is one of the soaps that is in my Melt and Pour soap ebook, and it is the Lavender Oatmeal Delight Soap. And I'm so excited to show you guys this recipe and show you how to make it. This is a soap that is great for all skin types, especially if you're looking for something a little more gentler and calmer for your skin. We're going to be making it with a goat's milk soap base, some purple Brazilian clay, and a little lavender essential oil and ground oats. So this is a soap that is very beginner friendly. So some of the ingredients that you're going to need are a goat's milk soap base, lavender essential oil, purple Brazilian clay, ground oats, and some of the tools that you'll need is a sharp knife or a soap cutter to cut up your soap base, microwave safe bowl or container, a spoon or a spatula for stirring, and then a soap mold of your choice. Don't worry about trying to find all these fancy tools. Just use what you have at home, a knife or whatever, spoons or whatever you have at home. Use what you have at home. And then the goat's milk soap base is my absolute favorite soap base because of how rich it is in the vitamins and the minerals, and it's so nourishing for the skin. And then oatmeal, we're grounding up our oats for just a gentle exfoliation, while the purple Brazilian clay gives it a nice color and then just some additional skin benefits. And then the essential oil is just for a calming effect. So let's get started. Let's have some fun. Let's start working. So once you pick your soap base, you are going to figure out how much soap you need. So if you are not sure how much soap each cavity holds, you can check the water weight by putting this on a scale, pouring water into it, and that'll help you figure out how much soap base you need for each cavity. Once you know how much soap base you need, you're going to measure it out and you're going to cut up your soap base. And you want to cut up your soap base into little squares like this as evenly as possible so that it can all melt down around the same way. And I split my soap base into 2 equal bases, and I did this because I want my soap to be two-tone kind of marble color. So one is just going to be for clay and the other one I just want to be plain white. So once you have cut up all of your soap into these little cube-sized pieces, we are going to melt them. You can either melt them on a double boiler method on the stove or either in the microwave. And today we're going to use the microwave on 30-second intervals until it is completely melted. Put mine in the microwave, but as you can see, there's still some chunks, and that's okay. Just put it back in the microwave for 30 more seconds until it is completely melted. Now our soaps are fully melted, but they're very hot, and because we're adding a heavy ingredient like oatmeal, you have to wait till it cools off. Well, it's best to wait until it cools off to around 125 to 135 degrees Fahrenheit before adding in those heavy ingredients. So while it waits, we are going to prepare our clay. This is our Brazilian clay. And so whenever you're using clays, you need to dilute them. You can either dilute them with alcohol, which we're going to use today, some alcohol, or you can use any type of essential oils or any of the other type of oils that you might be wanting to add to your soap. But I'm just going to use some alcohol today. So just gonna add in a little bit more. Okay, so it should look like this. So now our soap bases have cooled down a little bit so we can add in our ingredients. So I'm adding in our oatmeal, but I want oatmeal throughout the entire soap. So I'm adding it to both batches. But I'm only going to add my Brazilian clay. I'm going to add the Brazilian clay to just one. And mix thoroughly. It's such a light color. If you want to go darker, you can always just add more. But I think I'm going to keep mine where it is. Okay, now don't forget to add in your Lavender Essential Oil. And give it another good mix. Okay, now we can pour. It's thickened up a little bit, which is good, so now we can pour. So I want to do like a marbly effect, so I'm going to pour both at the same time. Or try to, anyway. And then don't forget to spray your tops to get rid of those pesky bubbles. Once your soap is fully hardened, it's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So just pop the soaps out of the mold and enjoy. No need for long curing times with melt and pour soap. You can enjoy it as soon as it gets hardened. But of course, to keep your soap fresh, it is best to wrap it. When you are not using it, wrap it in some plastic wrap to prevent the dew droplets from getting on it, and placing it in a dry space. And then, of course, if you're giving it as gifts, you can always wrap a cute little ribbon around it just to give it a cute little touch. And that's it. You have made a wonderful Lavender Oatmeal Delight soap. This is a recipe that is from my Melt and Pour soap ebook. I really hope that you've enjoyed this. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear them. Put them down in the comments. Like, subscribe, and then share if you found this helpful, and then hit that notification bell so that you never miss another video. Until next time, happy soaping!